So high school actually went pretty well for me. I don't know if it was the area I lived in or I just had the right group of friends, but the only time I really sat down with anybody and came out to them was at the very beginning of like my coming out process when I was trying to figure out how I should go about it. But besides those few individuals, I just kind of acted the way I just acted like myself. Because straight people don't have to come out. They're just assumed to be straight. And so I feel like I have that same right. I'm not going to sit down with you and say, if you see me holding this girl's hand, it's because she's my girlfriend and it's because I'm gay. I just do it. So that's what I did in high school. After I, got support from a couple of my friends, I decided to, get into a relationship and act like I was in a relationship with that person. And so the only thing I really got was just questions from people like, are you two good friends or are you dating, and then I would say yes, and then they would follow up with, are you gay, and I'd say yes, and, the comments were just like, that's fine, you guys are cute together, oh, we already knew that, we thought you were already out, actually. I never really got anything, like physical. I've never been physically abused because of it. Of course, I think everybody gets the moderate discrimination, like the dirty looks and stuff like that. Honestly, I think the worst thing that's ever happened is just people who say that they're allies to the community, but they're not educated. And so when you converse with them, they think that they're using the right terms, and they're really not, and they sound ignorant. And they don't mean anything by it, but you can't help but sometimes get offended. Like I've had people who I know support me ask me when I chose to be gay. That's a very ignorant statement because I don't think I know a straight person that woke up one day and decided to be straight. They just act the way they feel because they were born feeling those things. And also, I think another example is I was at the St. Pete Pride Parade with 3 of my friends, and we were all wearing legalized gay shirts. And I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were holding hands, and there was this woman there, and she wasn't like one of the protesters, because sometimes protesters go to those things. She was just there, and we walked by her, and I think she said something about my hair. I get a lot of things on my hair because it's naturally curly. I don't know, that has nothing to do with being gay, but people say that they like my hair, and she was like, oh, your hair is nice, and she said something like that, and I was like, oh, thanks, and she was like, is that your girlfriend? Because we were holding hands, and I said, yeah, it is, and she was like, oh, you're gay, and I was like, yeah, I am, and at the time, I was either 17 or 18, and she said, oh, wow, but you're so young, and this is the ignorance I'm talking about. She didn't mean it in a bad way. She was there at the St. Pete Pride Parade. I mean, she obviously supported gay people, but, it's just ignorant because you wouldn't say that if I was there with a boy and we were holding hands and she asked me if that was my boyfriend and I said yes, she wouldn't say you're too young to know that you're straight. In fact, when I used to be in diapers, I used to play with the little boy that lived next door, and there's pictures in my family photo album, and it's like the caption under it is like Shaddyann playing with her boyfriend, and I was literally in diapers. But you would never do that if it was, if I was playing with the little girl next door. Nobody would be like, oh, Shaddyann has a girlfriend. So I just think it's really ignorant because, even in elementary school, if a boy and a girl get in an altercation, how do you resolve it? You'd say, oh, don't worry about him. He's being mean to you because he actually has a crush on you. Why would you not say to that little boy, you're too young to know that you're into girls? It's just very ignorant. And I think that that's the worst form of discrimination I've ever gotten, is just people being ignorant. So I just think people need to educate themselves if they say that they really do support the LGBT community.